Thank you.
All right.
And a Fox News alert, is it a Biden bounce? Stocks are surging after the former vice president's big Super Tuesday wins over Democratic Socialist Bernie Sanders. Charles Payne will break it all down coming up.
Money man. All right, a Fox Business alert now. Stocks surging at this hour. The Dow, you can see right there, up about 537 points. Charles Payne is the money man, host of Making Money over on FBN. He's also the author of the book, Unstoppable Prosperity, which might be perfect for the idea that we had a rough few days last week. Now,
I will encourage everyone. I'm not a great seller of my own book, but please check it out. From page 155 to 185, I cover corrections, which are inevitable, and I do not want people to lose out on future opportunities. And we're seeing
we had good news this morning.
We had a lot of good news this morning, as a matter of fact. Now, the overall rebound today, a lot of it, you and I kind of got in trouble when Sandra was here last Wednesday at the same time.
Not that it's still on your mind.
Suggesting that maybe part of the market rout was because Sanders had just had an overwhelming victory in Nevada, and then Wall Street was worried about that. People said, how dare you?
Instead of coronavirus,
Exactly.
You were pointing out. And instead, a lot of people pushed back, but maybe this
I was saying that they both had an effect. Yeah. And what I pointed to was the healthcare stocks that particular session. Well, guess what sector today is surging a lot more than the overall market? Healthcare is up 4.4%. The S&P is up 2.2%. It's up 100% more than the rest of the market.
Because they don't think Medicare for all is going to happen.
Sigh of relief that socialism lost last night, and that we will not get rid of our entire healthcare system. There's a giant sigh of relief on Main Street, and some of it is reflected on Wall Street. By the way, the other great big movers today are all defensive. So there's still an air of caution. Utility stocks, consumer staples, or real estate, those are all considered cautionary places that you put your money when you're worried. So this is not a runaway market, but it is a sigh of relief.
And as we take a look at what's happening with politics and the big news with Bloomberg just dropping out in the last hour, what do you see happening with the markets on that and his money?
Again, I think the idea, after the news came out, the markets were a little higher, but there's a whole bunch of news coming out right now. It's one of these things, I think, as we get closer to the actual election, though, the markets will start to get a little anxious about Biden. Never on the same level as Sanders, but let's admit, the Democratic Party has been pulled further to the left. So we are talking about higher taxes. We are talking about more regulations. The very things that unleashed this economy in the first place being capped. But right now, the worst case scenario for now feels like it's off the table. Just a minute ago, we got a report on the service part of our economy, which is the overwhelming part of it. It crushed. It came in so much better than expected. All this evidence that our economy was on fire. We know we're in the dark right now because we don't know exactly where we're going to be when businesses, temporarily shut down, people work from home, maybe fewer flights, fewer mall visits. But we were becoming this juggernaut of our economy was reigniting.
And the ADP number on jobs was positive.
It was absolutely phenomenal. We'll get the government number on Friday. To a degree, it's inconsequential because everything has changed. But really, if you think that this is a temporary situation and we come back to where we were January, February, this economy could still finish the year real strong.
All right, Charles Payne, thank you so much. I'm going to go and grab a book on my way out and make sure I read those pages.
That's why they call him the money man.
I tell you, nothing breaks my heart more than when people don't make money in the stock market.
Yeah. All right, Charles Payne, thank you very much.
See you later.
A lot of other news to get to. A disturbing new U.S.